Hawks win 7-3 over the Ottawa Senators. Yes, you're hearing me correct. Your Chicago Blackhawks beat the Ottawa Senators in the United Center 7-3. This was a good performance by the Blackhawks. However, that second period of play, not so much. The Hawks kind of let the game get unraveled in that second period of play. Former Blackhawk three-time Stanley Cup champion Nicholas Jarmerson in the building tonight, getting honored with his one of those new alumni jackets at the UC tonight, and it was cool to hear that the Hammer was back at the Madhouse. Hence why I wore my Nicholas Jarmerson jersey. But some historic moments occurred in this game via stat-wise for the Hawks. Shots per period, 7-8 in favor for your Chicago Blackhawks in the first period. 9-5 in favor for the Ottawa Senators in the second period. 8-13 in favor for your Chicago Blackhawks in the third period. Total shots on goal, 24-26 in favor for your Chicago Blackhawks. I am going to mention this is my second time doing this recording because the first video got corrupted. I don't know what happened, so this is the second attempt. So, in this game, the Hawks find a way to beat a team on the second of their back-to-back. Why am I mentioning this? Well, their first time they faced a team that was on a second of the back-to-back, they lost. Second time they faced a team on the second of a back-to-back, they lost. Third time they faced a team on a second of a back-to-back, they lost. And the fourth time they faced a team on a second of a back-to-back, they won, which is tonight. Yes, they lost to the Boston Bruins, who were on a second of a back-to-back, the Vancouver Canucks, who were on a second of a back-to-back, and the LA Kings, who were on a second of a back-to-back, which was this past week. So, here we are. Hawks find a way to beat a team on a second of a back-to-back, and this time they put up a lot of goals in this game. So let's get into the goals of the game, shall we? In the first period of play, the Hawks controlled the play. They may have been slightly back and forth play, but Linus Ullmark did not look like himself, and the Hawks were taking advantage of it. Well, at 6:47 in the first period, for the first goal of the game, the Hawks find behind Linus Ullmark, and well, scored by number 34, Colton Dock, his first of the season, assisted by number 46, Louis Crevier, and number 17, Nick Foligno. That is Nick Foligno, 600th career point in the National Hockey League. This goal by Doc was a nice goal. He gets the loose puck and beating Linus Ullmark, giving the Hawks that 1-0 lead. Then the Hawks continued to press, and well, at 12:06 in the first period, scored by number 46, Louis Crevier, his second of the season, assisted by number 16, Jason Dickinson, and number 72, Alex Vlasic. This goal by Louis Crevier was a nice one, as he got a good screen by Tyler Bertuzzi up front of the net, a sharp angled shot by Crevier going off a defenseman of the Senators, and in Hawks lead by 2. Then the Hawks continued to press, getting some chances off, couldn't find the back of the net, but then 5 minutes later, the Hawks on the power play, winning the faceoff, and well, at 17:53 in the first period, for his first of the night, fourth of the season, on the power play, scored by number 98, Connor Bedard, assisted by number 28, Andre Burakovsky. And number 91, Frankie Nazar, to give the Hawks a 3-goal lead over the Ottawa Senators. A power play goal for the Blackhawks, their only power play of the game. They take advantage of it when we've known for the last couple of games our power play has been weak. And they win a face-off, get the puck movement, great pass by Burakovsky to Bedard, and a beautiful snipe up top shelf past Linus Olmark. The Hawks lead by 3. They take that 3-goal lead into the second period, and well, it looked like we might be out for a real big blowout because at 2:58 in the second period, Linus Olmark still in net, and well, going coast to coast for his second of the game, 5th of the season, scored by number 98, Connor Bedard, assisted by number 48, Matt Grizzlick, and number 55, the birthday boy, Artem Leshunov, to give the Hawks a 4-goal lead. It's 4-0 Chicago Blackhawks, and well, Connor Bedard goes coast to coast. Toe drag release past Linus Olmark. Hawks lead it by 4. However, things start to derail after this, and the Senators find their game. And at 4:58 in the second period, Jake Sanderson scores his second of the season, assisted by Batherson and Stutzla, to make it a 4-1 game. This goal was kind of weird as Sanderson shoots it from the blue line. It ricochets off the backboard behind the net and then goes off the back of Spencer Knight's glove and in the net. So the Hawks now lead by 3. Okay, it's just a 3-goal lead. What bad is going to happen? Well, a couple minutes later at 7:09 in the second period, Michael Amadio up front of the net scores the second of the season, assisted by Artem Zub. Law net front presence. It's a 2-goal game now. And then just a minute and a half later at 8:31 in the second period, Tim Stutzla scores his 5th of the season, assisted by Batherson, to make it a 1-goal difference now. This goal leads to Blashill calling the timeout, then calling his challenge for offside. Which, good idea to call the challenge for offside because, frankly, Stutzla goes into the offensive zone before the puck crosses the blue line when his stick isn't controlling the puck. His stick was up in the air, then he drops it on the puck as the puck crossed the blue line. Then he shoots it. Frankly, in my opinion, he doesn't have control of the puck because his stick's up in the air. Because what he did, he played it off the boards and it goes up toward kind of slow behind him. I don't know how his stick being up in the air, then he drops it, should count as a goal, saying that he had control of the play. I don't think that should have counted, but the refs called it a goal. Hawks then go to the PK. Nearly scoring shorthanded was on a 2-on-0 break was Nick Foligno and Frank Nazar. Couldn't find the back of the net there. And that 1-goal lead the Hawks have has to go into the third period of play. So the Hawks lead by 1 going into the third. And, well, the Hawks are not going to let the Senators in this game anymore. At 3:46 in the third period, when face-off draw, Ryan Green gets the puck, plays it back, and for his third night, 6th season, that's the hat trick out at the United Center. Connor Bedard finds the back of the net to get his 6th of the season on the hat trick. And, well, It's good to see that. Hawks lead by 2 now. And well, the Hawks are not done yet because at 8:24 in the um third period, scored by number 8, Ryan Donato. I guess he did not want to be behind Connor Bedard in goals because he now has his 6th of the season, assisted by Connor Bedard. And number 28, Andre Burakovsky, to make it a 3-goal lead again in the United Center. Hawks then get called for a couple penalties shortly after this because Knight gets his mask broken off from a shot from the Senators, and Nick Cousins shoots the puck onto uh, Spencer Knight. So Tyler Bertuzzi goes after Nick Cousins, drops the gloves with him, gets a 10-minute misconduct, and 2 roughing penalties, and then Sam Renzel, well, 2 roughing penalties, one to Bertuzzi, one to Cousins, and then 2 roughing penalties between Stutzla and Renzel, and the Senators go to the power play. So the Senators pull Linus Olmark to go 6-on-4 on a power play with just about 8.5 minutes left in regulation time. And well, for the empty net short-handed goal at 12:44 in the third period, scored by number 91, Frankie Nazar. His 5th of the season, assisted by number 17, Nick Foligno. But Nazar gets tripped. He holds on, gets the back up, gets the puck, then shoots it into the empty net. It would have been accounted as a goal either way if he did get tripped and couldn't get the puck into the net, because it would have been called a penalty shot with a no goalie in net. That's an automatic goal. So there you go. Hawks won this one 7-3 over the Ottawa Senators. This was a great performance by the Blackhawks. However, that second period, they let things get unraveled, kind of lost their mojo, but they found themselves a chance and found a way to win over the Ottawa Senators. So down in the comments down below, I want to hear what your thoughts were on tonight's action, and thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And most of all, Hawks win! Hawks win! And let's go Hawks!